Hi, I'm Dean, co-founder and CTO of Othentic. My responsibilities are everything around delivery of the Authentic stack and everything around tech. Our product is being used worldwide by many different protocols. Everything is kind of like sensitive in terms of smart contracts. So we wanted to make sure that in terms of security, everything is 100%. There is no any kind of security leak here and there. Even though we have very good developers and lots of tests, we also wanted to have another layer of security, which is one of them is an audit. I would say one thing I was looking at was a firm that have experience within the shared security space, knows EigenLayer, knows AVSs, know how they work with, and also have a very impressive tech background. So I knew you guys have been working with a few different AVSs already, one that, some of them are clients, and I also been speaking with Damien, which I was very impressed by, and I knew that's the right firm to go with. I would say it's mostly about, the findings. There are always bugs, always there. They're always there. If you get to a stage where you don't really find anything, it means that we might be a very good developers, but we always like every code, you can find anything in any kind of code. So that's the number one rule. If you can't really find the bugs, then it means that you are doing something wrong. And I would start with that. Afterwards, I think it's about providing the feedback, and the communication is basically where you have some question, then ask it, and you need to actually figure out the scope of what you're actually looking at, and not just look at the code as without actually understanding why we wrote the code the way we wrote it. The general idea of understanding what we're doing here, understanding how we did it, then actually get to try to find the bugs. It's much more easier that way. I think the main concern was that it is a small firm, doesn't really have such a big reputation in the industry as far as I know, but it was actually a good thing as well, because having working with such a boutique, we can call it, what we got was a very good relationship, and you guys put us in the focus of your work. My biggest concern was just the firm itself that doesn't really recognize so well in the industry. But in terms of being professional, 100% of that. Again, I think it depends what you're looking for. If I'm looking for a real person, security researcher to find the bugs, well, that's the place to go. If I'm looking to just, mark a V of well-known auditors that looked at our code, that's not really the place to go. But I'm actually looking for a security researcher that knows what he's doing, and this is why we chose to be working with you. I think the most important thing was the communication. When we had some questions and we kind of ask you, we got into a position where you just jumped into a meeting with us right away, speaking about the things, explaining about the things, getting it was a conversation. It was not just one-sided review, even though I would say, the audit was about a week, but we kept asking about questions the week afterwards, and you kept answering, and the experience itself was super, super good. And eventually, I think we came up with the result of, a good audit where you had the good findings, and eventually we resolved them. Yes, of course, I would recommend it to many other protocols within the space. I think the experience was great and very professional, and eventually I'm happy with the result. I think you understood the scope, you understood what's important to us, you understood exactly where the bugs could be. Everything was perfect. On my end, I'm a very happy customer.